Today I decided to get the platinum for Untitled Goose Game. It has 25 trophies including the platinum, and it is a really fun game, but also really challenging in parts. Here's the journey. What? The Victorian government helped on this game? Wait a minute. Oh, well, this game was created by 4 people from Melbourne. That's where I live. That's sick. I didn't know that. That's awesome. So yeah, this game was actually developed like 20 minutes from where I live, which is really cool. And it's a really fun premise for a game. Basically, you're just a goose, and your entire goal is just to ruin people's day. And that's it. It's an amazing premise. So after the game's really short tutorial, which just teaches you a few controls, you waddle over to this farm here, and this is where the first level of the game takes place. You're given a to-do list, and all you have to do is finish all these tasks to complete each level. You can see I complete the first one there for getting into the garden. And then the goal is just to go around completing the rest of the tasks, such as stealing the groundskeeper's keys, getting the groundskeeper wet. Look at him. Look how hot he looks in his soaking wet overalls. Oh, I love it. One of the to-do list tasks also required me to find 6 or 7 items around the garden and then drag them all the way down the map to a picnic rug. I decided the easiest way to find all the items would be to lock the groundskeeper out of the farm and then just have free time to do all that. But I accidentally popped a trophy while doing this. What was that for? Lock the groundskeeper out of the garden. Oh, okay. Cool. Now, the reason that task was a trophy is because it's part of a secret to-do list that you don't unlock till after completing the game. So there is more trophies like that. We'll come back to them later. After that, I finally gathered everything I needed for the picnic. I stole the groundskeeper's hat, which made him wear a different one. Once you complete enough tasks in a level, you'll get a bonus task, which is usually just to f*** around with someone putting up a no goose sign. While the groundskeeper was attending to his injured thumb, I completed the last task of bringing the rake into the lake, and this popped a trophy for doing all items on the to-do list in the garden. The garden. Complete the garden to-do list. This game is actually a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Not going to lie to you. So as you can see, the game's pretty straightforward. Start a level, complete the to-do list, and you get a trophy. That's one section of the game. The second section of the game is for speedrunning every level in under 6 minutes. And I decided instead of completing every level, then coming back and doing the speedruns later, that I'd just do the level and then the speedrun right after, so the level was fresh in my mind. And let me tell you, this is where things got stressful. The speedrun trophies require you to complete the to-do list before the church bells ring, which is 6 minutes after beginning the level. But the problem is, there's no clock, there's no countdown, and you don't know how much time you have left during this, and intensity is high, it's very stressful. Go on, go on. This is it, this is it, this is it, this is it, this is it. I just did it, right? Oh my god, I haven't gone in wet, I haven't gone in wet, I haven't gone in wet. Here, I've got your flower, I've got your gay little flower. Come on, come on, come on. Go. Yes. Whew. The garden quickly. Complete the garden to-do list before the church bells ring. Dude, that is hard. That is so hard. You then make your way down to High Street, which is by far the easiest level in the game, which was a nice change of pace because there's about 85 high streets in Melbourne, and in every one of them, you're likely to get king hit by a drunken idiot. So this was great to play this one and be stress-free. The task is to scare this boy into hiding in the phone booth, which at first I thought like, oh lol, what a bitch. But honestly, if a goose was quacking at me, I'd be scared too. Right after that, this lady comes out of her shop to free the boy from the phone booth, and you can go inside and do another to-do list item of getting on TV. After that, the game wants you to terrorize that boy even more. Like, I'm surprised they didn't try to get us to make him come. But what we've got to do is steal these glasses and bring him to him. Then you've got to untie his shoelaces, and while he's trying to tie them up, you steal his glasses. Literally, they had like assemblies at school about this because this was happening all the time. And then you just get to do it in this game without consequences. Great. Anyway, then you bring the other pair of glasses to him and he'll put them on, and that's another to-do list item done. Then you got to annoy this lady and she'll attack you with her broom, then you break it, and that's another task done. And then back to terrorizing the boy. This is legitimately bullying at this point. You've got to steal his toy plane and then put it in this lady's shop. He'll go looking for the toy plane and he'll find it there. He'll try to grab it. She'll be like, no, you got to buy it. And he'll be like, it's mine. But, you know, she's desperate. We're in a cost of living crisis. She's like, no, you got to pay for it. So then you get a task completion for making him buy back his own toy. And then just like the last level, the shop owner puts up a no goose sign. You steal the chalk and bring it into the garage there and then lock her in, which finishes another task. While she's locked in the garage is also the best time to find a bunch of products from around her shop and put them in the shopping basket. This is also the last mission on the to-do list. And that is the high street done, even though she kind of like spawn trapped me on that one. After that, it was time for the speed run, which was nowhere near as stressful as the previous level, but it still had its annoying moments. Oh my god, get in the basket. Go, 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 go. Yes. The high street quickly. Done. That was a lot easier than the garden, to be honest. I walked up to the next level, the back gardens, and this level made me angrier than I think a level in a game has made me in years. Actually, that's not true. I played FIFA like a week ago. But it is horrific because as you can see, there's two backyards you can go in. One's the man's backyard, one's the woman's backyard. And for the tasks to be completed, like the AI just needs to line up exactly. Like the pieces just need to fall in place perfectly. Look, I'm not even going to lie to you. I used a guide. Instantly. After about half an hour of playing this level, I was like, that's it. I can't do it. I'm getting a guide. And it still took me longer to beat this level than it took me to beat the rest of the game combined. I spent like 3.5 hours just on this level. After breaking the vase, the next task was to help this woman dress up this bust. So what we had to do is get the man's items from his backyard, bring it over to hers, leave them in front of that statue. She'll dress it up, and I'll bust. Then I made the man spit out his tea, which is a task because, of course, spitters are quitters. After that, I took off both the man's slippers, which was a task. And I also love the accuracy here because everyone knows that geese have foot fetishes. So I really thought this was cool putting this in the game. This next task, I was so lucky to complete. What you have to do is put a bunch of items in the man's pool. The items are located in both backyards. And if the man finds the items, he'll pick them up and start throwing them back over the fence to the lady. So you've got to do it all without him seeing. Now, this was the issue because I had to get his slipper off again to put it in the pool. And luckily, he found the items, and when he walked into the pool, that counted as his slipper being in there, and I got it. Thank God. Otherwise, I don't know how I would have done it. Now, the last task, you'll see here, there's a duck with a ribbon on it. You've got to grab the ribbon, put it down, and then move the statue out of sight. Then you've got to pose as the statue and just hope by the graces of God that the lady finds the red bow tie, whatever it's called, and puts it on you. I can't tell you how much I struggle with this just because it needs to go perfectly. The lady can't see you move the duck, and then you've got to move it completely out of sight because if she sees it, you fail the task. Then you've got to have her notice the bow tie and put it on you. And it's just too much going on. Like, I know you won't understand unless you've played the game, but it is just too much going on. Come on, how the f do you do this? Oh, how do you do this? This isn't even possible. How, man? How do you do this? Oh my god, I've been doing it wrong. I meant to press the circle button when I get into that. So after I realized I've been doing the task wrong, it should have been simple to finish it off. But it wasn't. Oh my god, that's it. That's all I had to do. Put the ribbon on me. She's not just falling over. Get up. You're joking. How'd she know? It's not possible. This is. Oh, thank God. my god. Complete the back gardens to-do list. I don't know how I'm gonna speedrun this. That took me an hour and 20 minutes just to get the ribbon on me. Hopefully I'm just an idiot and like I was just really bad at doing it, but I don't know how I'm gonna speedrun this.
So for the speed run, I watched a guide of like how do I speed run this? What's the best way to do it? And I had it down to a formula, and I still could not get it done. Just like the other levels, it was 6 minutes. And keep in mind that the church bells mark the end of the speed run time.
No, don't get stuck, don't get stuck, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. Oh my god, I bet you that me. I bet you that me. Okay. Oh my god, the bells just went.
About 20 minutes later, I got close again. All I had to do was get the ribbon put on me.
Don't worry about the vase, don't worry about the vase, don't worry about the fence. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Fuck, she's gonna tie up the fence first. Come on, come on. Yes. Don't fall over. Don't fall over. Time is of the essence.
Four or five runs later, I actually got her to put the ribbon on me, and I was ecstatic because the last thing she needed to do was put the hat on the bust, and I'd done the speed run.
Yes. Yes. Okay, come over here, come over here, come over here. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We're on a time crunch here. Hurry the up. No, don't worry about the statue. Come on, follow me, follow me, follow me. Please, bro, please. Less than a minute left. Come on. Look, look. Look. Go on, go on, go on.
That run literally broke me because it was the only time I'd managed to get the ribbon on, and now I had to try and do it all over again.
Please, please notice the ribbon. Please notice the ribbon. Yes. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. No! No! No!
About half an hour later, I'd had my best run yet, and I was sure I was going to win on this one. All I needed to do was cleanly get the goose, take it away. Well, the statue, not the goose, you know what I mean? Take the statue away, put on the red ribbon, and I was good.
No! 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 Grab it! Grab it!
For the next hour and a half, I was so angry that I just couldn't think straight, and I couldn't get back up to that spot where I had to get the ribbon put on me. And finally I did, and I swear to God, if I didn't win it on this try, I was not only going to break my controller, I was going to throw my PS5 out the window.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That actually might be one of the most difficult trophies I've ever done. That was harder than the first Crash Bandicoot game, in my opinion. That was crazy.
The next area you go to is the pub, which is way more enjoyable than the back gardens. The pub did not make me want to curb stomp a goose. So this was great. And the to-do list was much easier. The first task, like you can see on screen, was just for getting into the pub. The next task was for breaking the dartboard. I got the toy boat out of the sink. I honestly probably killed this old man. I then performed for these women, and shout out to the goose because he made himself nice and big and stiff, which can be very hard to do when performing for women. So shout out to him. After that, I stole a pint glass from the bar and dropped it into the canal. Then I stole a bunch of things from the bar and put them onto this table. And for the final task, I had to drop this bucket onto the bouncer's head.
The pub. Complete the pub to-do list. That was so much easier than the last level, and honestly, I think this might end up being the easiest speedrun. I'm feeling very confident about the speedrun.
The pub speedrun ended up being very easy, and I got it done on my second attempt.
the pub quickly. Whew.
Once you leave the pub, you walk through this miniature village where your goal is to steal a golden bell. You find the bell in what I think is a sandcastle, and you've got to knock it down in order to get the bell out.
I mean, I feel bad about this. A lot of people probably worked really hard on this sandcastle, whatever it is.
Once you get the bell, your aim is to run through all of the levels you've played through, all the way back to where the tutorial took place, and you finish the game.
Oh my god, the bells were there at the start, didn't even click. Finish the game. Thank you for playing our video game. Thank you for making your video game. It was very fun, very frustrating. Level 3 was
Now, as you can see, after you finish the game, you unlock an extra to-do list. One item there is already crossed off because that's the very first trophy I got in the game. Now, these to-do list items, they're miscellaneous things to do throughout all levels. Sometimes you got to cross over between all 4 levels, and each task has a trophy attached to it. The first task I went for was for putting one of the cabbages onto the picnic rug. This was a lot harder than it looks because the goose isn't capable of picking up the cabbage. It's too big, so you've got to manually roll it, which is a pain in the ass.
yummy cabbage picnic. That's for getting the cabbage onto the picnic tent. Oh, blanket, whatever it's called.
The next task was to once again terrorize this boy. We scare him over towards the pond and untie his shoelaces, causing him to fall.
Lastly, trip the boy in the puddle. Another easy one.
The task after that was to put 4 pieces of fruit onto this scale in the shop in High Street.
Noisy. That was surprisingly hard. Made the shop sales do ding.
The next trophy required a bit of setup. I had to grab this umbrella from the shop on High Street. Then I had to scare the boy into the phone booth once again, so he would call the shop owner and the shop owner would come out and free him. Then I could bring the umbrella into the shop and open it, giving me a trophy.
Open an umbrella inside the TV shop. Another easy one.
The next trophy was for making somebody not from High Street buy back an item that they own from the shop on High Street, similar to what we did earlier with the boy's toy. What I did here was I grabbed the gardener's mini shovel. I'm sure it's called a mini shovel. I haven't done enough hard labor to know if that's wrong, but I just bought that, put it in the shop, and then found a way to lure him over to the shop, and he bought it back, giving me the trophy.
Devious. Make someone from outside High Street buy back their own stuff.
The next task was to once again terrorize the boy. We had to scare him into the garage and lock him inside. I sure hope he doesn't get diddied in there.
Dreadful. Trap the boy in the garage. I'm onto the back gardens now again, and I am dreading it.
The next task was to catch an object being thrown over the fence. One hand, one bounce was not allowed.
Careful. Catch an object as it's thrown over the fence. Okay.
The next task was to get myself thrown over the fence. So I had to go steal this box from outside the pub, drag it all the way back to the back gardens. Then I had to drag it into the man's backyard and get in it. He would think it came over the fence from the woman's house and throw it back over, which completes the task.
Intrepid. Get thrown over the fence.
The next task was to dress up the bust again, but this time with things you found outside of High Street. This was pretty simple. I just grabbed the farmer's hat, I found a cigarette on High Street, and I stole another pair of sunnies from High Street.
Do it. Do it. Pretty. Dress up the bus with things from outside the back gardens. That was easy, just time consuming.
The next task was another easy but time consuming one. I had to steal the boy's soccer ball. Again, this is similar to the cabbage in the sense that you can't pick it up, so you've got to roll it. I had to roll it all the way back to the back gardens, which took forever. Then I had to push the ball through this hole in the woman's fence and score the ball into the goal that's there.
Nimble. Score a goal. That took forever. That took ages.
The next task was to once again perform to the women at the pub, but I had to do it wearing the ribbon from the woman's garden.
Yes.
And surprisingly, I got it put on first
See ya.
time, and I was ecstatic.
What? No, how'd it come off?
Don't worry, I got it done literally the very next attempt.
Oh, thank God.
The next task was to steal the boat again and then to float it under the bridge.
Lovely. Amazing. Sail the toy boat under the bridge.
And the next task was to steal the old man's hat.
There we go. Cheeky. Steal the old man's woolen hat. Terrorize that poor guy.
The next trophy was a very time-consuming one. It was for collecting the 5 flowers that are scattered around the map. So there's one in every section, one in the pub, one in the garden, one in High Street, one in the back gardens, and one in the miniature area. You've got to collect all those flowers and place them in a basket that's next to the well, and that gives you the final trophy.
Beautiful. Collect the 5 flowers and a secret prize, the platinum. Amazing. Earn every other trophy.
And that was the platinum for Untitled Goose Game. According to the PS5, it took me 6 hours, but honestly, 2.5 of that was just doing that one mission in the back gardens. I'd highly recommend this game. It's really fun. It's an indie, which is always good to support a small company. But it's a nice indie game. It's fun, and it's challenging in a way that doesn't make you rage. Because, like, editing this footage and watching it back, I think all the rage that happened with me and that swan statue situation was just my own stupidity and me just not doing it properly. So I think if you just avoided all the mistakes I made, this is a really fun experience, a really challenging, fun experience, and you could finish it in maybe 4 to 5 hours. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.